Om Gurureva Ghati Gurumeva Bhaje Guruneva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Guruv Paramam Shishurasmi Guruhu Matirasti Guru Mama Pahi Guru सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेदमपेदकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः. We are seeing Srimad Bhagavada Mahapurana and we are seeing Canto 7 in it. And we are seeing about the vara, the boon given to Hiranyakashipu by Bhagavan Brahma. Hiranyakashipu did a Kora tapas and Bhagavan Brahma, he appeared before him because the effect of his tapas began to affect the entire world. And no one could live in peace. Even the nature was also reacting to his tapas. So the Devas as well as the Rishis, they went to Bhagavan Brahma and requested him to somehow stop this tapas. So Lord Brahma, he appeared before Hiranyakashipu. At that time, Hiranyakashipu did not realize that Bhagavan is standing before him because he was so much immersed in that tapas. And Lord Brahma, he sprinkled some water on him and he came to the senses and he asked for the boon. He asked that I should not be killed by anyone. I want immortality as the boon. I should not be killed by anyone, by man or by animal, in the daytime or in the night, inside or outside, by any weapon, not in the battle. So I should not be killed by any of the situation. And Bhagavan Brahma, he granted all that. He said that immortality is not possible, but all this I can give. And he granted all those boons to Hiranyakashipu. And he ruled this entire world. He ruled over the three worlds. He ruled the Asuras, of course, the men, the Rakshasas, the Pitars, the serpents, the serpent Loka. He ruled over the entire world. And no one could do anything out of their own will because he was ruling it. And even the rishis and some brahmanas, they began to give sacrifice for Hiranyakashipu. They began to give offerings for him. They performed the Vedic rituals not in the name of any other Bhagavan or the deities, but in the name of Hiranyakashipu. And they gave the offerings to him. Like this, he ruled over this entire world. People gave all these offerings not out of love or out of bhakti, but out of fear. And this entire world was so scared about this Hiranyakashipu because if anyone did not obey his order, then he will kill him. So all the Devas, they ran away here and there. They were roaming among men and they were hiding in the forest. The rishis were also hiding in the caves. And even the brahmanas, they were gone somewhere, hiding in the caves or in the forest. Like this, the arrogance of his wealth, strength, and the power of his tapas, with that arrogance, he ruled over these three worlds for 71 yugas. Not for 1 or 2 years, 71 yugas. So at one time, they were all the rishis and brahmanas. They were not able to bear the cruelty of Hiranyakashipu. So they all went to Bhagavan Vishnu and they worshipped Bhagavan Vishnu so that he will appear before him and grant him some boons. So they all worshipped Bhagavan Vishnu. But Bhagavan Vishnu did not appear before them, but they heard the voice of Bhagavan. That is just like Akashavani. They heard the voice of Bhagavan, and that voice said, Ma Bhaishta Vibuddha Sreshtaha, O you Devas, do not fear. Ma Bhaishta, do not fear. Sarvesham Vaha Bhadramastu, you be happy and prosperous. ज्ञातमेतस्य दौरात्म्यं दैतेयाबसदस्य यत् तस्य शान्तिं करिष्यामि कालं तावत् प्रतीक्षतः. So I know about the Dauratmyam Jnatam. I know about the cruelty of this Hiranyakashipu, this Asura. I am well aware of all his bad, evil acts. Tasya Shantim Karishyami. I will destroy him. Do not worry. Kalam Tavat Pradikshataha. So wait for that time to come. Please wait for that time to come, because now he is fortified. That is, he is so powerful with his tapas. So the effect of his tapas should also go, and it will take time. For everything there is a time. So please wait for that time. When is that time? Prahladaya yada druhyet. At the time when he persecutes the Prahlada, my Bhakta, Hanishyepi varorjitam. Even though he has that power of that vara boon, I will kill him. So you all have to wait till he punishes Prahlada. So till then you all wait. I will come and destroy him. Just like this, the voice said. And all the devas and the rishis and all the brahmanas who worshipped Bhagavan Vishnu, they are all satisfied by it, but they could not live without fear. They have to live with fear only, but somehow they were satisfied and they waited for the time. Meanwhile, Hiranyakashipu, he had 4 sons of very noble and good nature and character. Paramadbudaha putras chatvaraha asti. It is such a great wonder that this Hiranyakashipu, he has such a good sons, 4 sons. They all of them are good. Tesha Prahlada gunaha maha mahat upasaka abhut. So all of the children, they had very good nature, but among them, the nature of Prahlada was so good. He was so gentle, so noble, and his nature was even liked by holy men. They all praised his nature. He was such a great, nice person, a small child only, but such a good Atma. He respected holy men. His speciality is he never saw difference between himself or others. He never saw the difference between himself and Bhagavan. He never saw the difference between himself or others. He respected all equally, absolutely non-egoistic. He did not take any pride in what he already had, and he never had the anxiety to get something or to attain anything, because he knows very well that all these are very temporary in nature, and only Bhagavan Sri Hari is that permanent one. He is that permanent being. So he always was observed in worshipping Bhagavan, remembering Bhagavan. So this made everyone to surprise. What is it? What a wonder boy he is, all of them thought. And he is absolutely an Asura without the Asuric nature. And when all the other children, when they played with the toys, Prahlada alone remembered Bhagavan. He always sits it in a corner and worship Bhagavan, always tell Sri Hari, like this he will say. Sometimes he will imagine that Bhagavan is playing with him, so he will laugh. Sometimes he will cry that he is separated from Bhagavan. He will cry, he will sing, he will dance out of joy of meeting Bhagavan. He always chant his nama, different namas. So always remembering Bhagavan all the time, because he thought that that only is real, and whatever external world it is unreal. He thought like that. He was a small child, very small child, but he always was so much absorbed in Bhagavan. And when the right age came, Hiranyakashipu, he was also a very loving father towards all. He had so much love and respect for all his children, especially Prahlada, because he was so noble and so gentle and so divine. So always he used to keep that Prahlada on his lap, fondle him, kiss his crown of the head. So all that thing, he was such a wonderful father, Hiranyakashipu was. But only after that, when he had enmity towards, he developed enmity towards Prahlada, he was not that good father. But all the time, he was such a good father. He gave right education for all his children. Like that, when the right age came, when he was 5 years old, Hiranyakashipu sent Prahlada to the Gurukula. And the teachers were the sons of Shukracharya. Name of the teachers were Sandha and Amarka. They were the two sons of Shukracharya. So Hiranyakashipu handed over Prahlada to those teachers and said that you must take care of him, and all that advice and the instruction he gave, and he sent Prahlada to the Gurukula. But the teachings of the teachers and the Gurukula he did not like, because Prahlada did not like, because the teachings were entirely based on the differences between oneself and other, the differences between Bhagavan and others, everything about the worldly life, how to attain all those luxuries, how to attain all the worldly achievements. The teachings were entirely based on that. So he did not like, but somehow he adjusted, and he was such a disciplined student in the Gurukula. So when the holidays came, the teachers, they brought Prahlada to the palace. And Hiranyakashipu was so happy to see his son, and he just kissed him, embraced him, put him on his lap and fondled him, and just massaged his hair and all, and kissed the crown of his head. And with so much of affection, he asked, Asurarat Prapacha, he asked, Vatsa, Bhavan yet sadhu manyate katyatam. What is good? What is true? Please tell me, my dear son, Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlada. And Prahlada said that, to the surprise and astonishment of Hiranyakashipu, Prahlada said that all the beings, all the embodied beings, are so much attached with the body and mind. Because of that, they experience so much of pain and pleasure, and everything, both. They experience pain, pleasure, good, bad, everything. But actually, each being is that supreme being. They are not different from Bhagavan. Because they are overpowered by this attachment towards the body and mind, they see difference in everything. They think that one person is different from the other. So one should worship Bhagavan Sri Hari, always worship Bhagavan Sri Hari. Then they will get that power and knowledge to overcome this body consciousness. Vanam gato yat harim ashrayet. One should go to the Vana forest and always meditate on Bhagavan Sri Hari like this. Prahlada said to Hiranyakashipu, his father, who is an Ashura. At first, Hiranyakashipu laughed. What is this? What are you telling, my dear son? He just laughed. Let him free. But at the same time, he cautioned the teachers that you must have an eye on this boy. Someone is coming and influencing him. It may be the Devas. So have an eye on this boy and be strict towards that boy. He should not go anywhere, and take care that someone is influencing this boy. So take care of him. And the teachers, that is the sons of Shukracharya, they agreed to it, and they went back to Gurukula. In the Gurukula, the teachers very affectionately called Prahlada and asked him that, my dear boy, who gave you this knowledge? Did someone influence you, or is it natural to you? Who gave you this knowledge? And for that, Prahlada replied, Swaparaschetya sadgraha Bhumsam yanmaya kridaha vimohida dhyam drishtas tasmai bhagavate namaha. Salutations to that Lord. Because of this, his yoga maya, everyone has that ignorance. And because of that ignorance, we all feel that one person is different from other. It is purely because of ignorance. And the cause of this ignorance is the yoga maya of Bhagavan. So one should worship Bhagavan Sri Hari, get his blessing and overcome his yoga maya in whatever way it may be. It may be under the influence of anyone, or it may be natural or inherent in a person. One must overcome this ignorance, like this Prahlada said. And he also said that Sayesha Atma Swaparetyad Buddhibihi Duratyayanu Nirupyate Muhyandi Yadvatmani Vedavadino Brahmadeyo Hesha Binatti Mematim. That Bhagavan, he alone, that supreme being, he appears as every being. He appears as you, he appears as me. So there is no difference in any being. All this is the Bhagavan. He is everywhere. Luckily, by his grace, I do not have this vision of difference. That is only because of the grace of Bhagavan. I do not have this difference to see everyone as different from other, because all are Bhagavan Sri Hari only. He is his manifestation. He appears as different beings. So there is no difference between you and me. Prahlada said that I do not have this vision of difference. Like this, you must also worship Bhagavan Sri Hari and get this vision, same like me, not to see difference among different beings. Like this, he said, and he was so absorbed in Bhagavan Sri Hari. After telling this, he went to remember Bhagavan Sri Hari. Sri Hari started to chant. And the teachers, they got very angry. And under the instruction of Hiranyakashipu, they thought that this boy must be given corporal punishment, or otherwise when he grow up, he will be the great enemy towards the Ashra clan itself. And they caned him severely. But all the time, it did not hurt Prahlada itself, because he did not have that egoistic feeling, and he was completely absorbed in Bhagavan Sri Hari. But so that when the teachers caned him, it did not affect him anyway. It did not pain him physically or mentally. Usually, some children, even when we give a little blow to that child, it will scream and cry because its ego is hurt. The ego of the child is hurt. Not because of the physical pain. The ego is hurt so that it will scream and cry. But Prahlada didn't have that ego itself. So he didn't cry, he didn't react, he was so calm. And the teachers, they thought that now he will be okay, and they continued the classes. After some time again, the teachers took the boy to the palace, and Hiranyakashipu thought that now he will be right, and he just again embraced the child, kissed him, fondled him, kept on his lap, and asked him, "My dear child, what did the teachers teach you? What have you learned?" And Bhakta Prahlada, he said, and these two are very famous slokas. This is the essence of Bhakti Yoga. He said, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnoho Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Nivedanam Yidi Bhumsarpida Vishnu Bhakti Sinnava Lakshana Kriyate Bhagavad Yadha Tanmanye Dita Uttamam. These are the Uttama for any Bhakta. Atida Uttamam for any Bhakta. What are these? The Nava Lakshanas of Bhakti. They are Shravanam. one must hear the glories of Bhagavan, always hear the glory of Bhagavan. Kirtanam, what they have heard, what they have understood, they must sing. Kirtanam about Vishnu. Smaranam, always think about Bhagavan, think about all his leelas, all his glories. Pata Sevanam, worship his feet. Archanam, worship him with flowers or tell mantras. Vandanam, always worship him and always think about his glories. Dasyam, do service to Bhagavan. Do service to Bhagavan in the sense one must do service for his in his temple or in the premises, anywhere, any type of service to Bhagavan. Sakhyam, there is friendship towards Bhagavan. One must imagine that Bhagavan is our greatest friend and think like that. Atma Nivedanam, one must completely surrender to Bhagavan. I have done my duty, now it's your work or your duty to give me anything. Like this, complete surrender to Bhagavan. These are the Nava Lakshanas of any Bhakta. This is the essence of Bhakti Yoga. The Bhakti Yoga revolves around all these 9 points. And Prahlada said this. Immediately, Hiranyakashipu, actually he got angry with the teachers. I asked you to teach him the right lesson. Now you have brought him just like that. So did anyone influence you to teach my son like this and to change his path and become my enemy? Did anyone influence you? He asked the teachers. When the teacher said, no, we did not, no one influenced us. Even we were surprised. We asked him and he said that no one influenced me. It's natural to me, he said. So it is not our mistake, Rajan. Please don't punish us. And Hiranyakashipu asked the boy, from where did you get this knowledge? And Prahlada said that, Matirna Krishne Paradav Svatova Mito Vipadyeda Grihavratanam Adanta Gopir Vishadam Tamishram Punah Punastarvita Charvananam. Because of the lack of control of the senses, the jiva goes round and round, taking the birth again and again in the wheel of samsara, again and again experiencing the same happiness and suffering. And they experience again and again all this happiness and enjoyment, but without any satisfaction. So one must always, their thoughts are always confined to the worldly external world. So they must absorb themselves in Bhagavan. Then their wheel of the samsara will be mutilated and they will attain Bhagavan. Either by influence from others or by nature, one must always think about Bhagavan so that they can overcome this Maya. People's mind are always turned towards the worldly enjoyment. They do not turn their mind towards Bhagavan. So they experience all that happiness, but only for some period. It's all temporary. Without realizing this, because of Maya, their entire concentration is towards the worldly achievements. And even a person take the whole world and rule the whole world, it is only for a temporary period of time. People do all the Vedic rites only to attain all these worldly achievements. They must worship Bhagavan Sri Hari, so they will attain something permanent, he said. Immediately, Hiranyakashipu was very angry. Actually, he was very angry because my son, he is taking sides with my enemy. He just pushed the son from his lap and he said that, Ahamarshadusha Vishtah Kakshabhirbhutalochanaha Vadyatamashvayam Vadhyo Nisarayata Nirvruta. He is fit to be, he is deserved to be killed. Vadyayam asu vadyatam. So kill him immediately, suddenly, all of a sudden, please kill him. He called the guards and said like that, he deserved to be killed, so kill him. Poison him anyway. When he is awake or when he is asleep, poison him. Immediately, the gods took Prahlada to a room and they just struck him with their trident. But nothing affected Prahlada. He was completely absorbed in Bhagavan. He did not even have a scars on his body because he was completely absorbed in Bhagavan. And these Asuric gods, they tried their best to kill this 5-year-old boy. They tried what all way they know. They just made him to roll from the top of the mountain, poisoned him, made the snakes to bite him, put a big rock on him, put him in water, put him in fire. What all way they tried, but they could not kill Prahlada. More than to kill Prahlada, they could not even put a scar on Prahlada. He was all the time chanting Sri Hari, Sri Hari, Sri Hari. He was so calm and peaceful. His face was so calm and peaceful. When Hiranyakashipu came to know of it, he was so much depressed, perplexed. What will happen next? And he said that now the child, he got all that punishment. He knew very well that his father tried to kill him. Now when he grow up, he will be my enemy. So what to do now? At that time, the Sukracharya's sons, they said, Sukracharya has gone to do tapas. After some time, he will come. So we will ask him what to do. Till then, let us be all patient. They decided, and they again took Prahlada to their Gurukula. Again, the teachers taught him about dharma, artha, kama, how to attain worldly achievements, how to use the battle weapons, and all that they taught them. Taught many students also. But Prahlada was not interested with any of these things. And whenever the teachers left the students alone, he took the charge as the teacher and taught the rest of the class about worship to Bhagavan Sri Hari, how to worship Bhagavan Sri Hari. And he said the fellow Ashura students that only that is permanent. What the teachers teach about attaining the worldly benefits is only temporary. So please, all of you, turn your mind towards Bhagavan Sri Hari. That is permanent, he said. And the other students also accepted it. They were so much attracted by the words of Prahlada, by his nature. So they all followed what Prahlada said. And he changed the rest of the Asuric children also. So what happened after that to Prahlada? I will continue in my next upload. ॐ नमो नारायणाखिल गुरो भगवन्नमस्ते ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु